Welcome to Walk in Beauty, a virtual concert series. Oh, and what a glorious fall day. Just makes me want to sing and dance and play music. So let's do it. Yes. So there are some wonderful leaves out here in the yard, and it's just so much fun to go kicking around in them. So come join me for a minute. Come on. Oh, wasn't that a ball? You never know what you're going to get when you come to one of my concerts. And in this one, we're going to do a little travel through time, space, place, music. And so for now, even though the sun is out, it's kind of nippy out. So let's head inside and go to some other music.
So we've had a set change, a costume change, and even a harp change. It's my beautiful orphan harp, Hope. And, I've been watching the leaves over the fall and seeing them coming off the trees and seeing the wind whisk them and dance across the yard and into the river. And I would love to record out in that. But that takes a different kind of technology than I have access to right now. So I thought, though, what I would do is you can imagine the leaves blowing across your yard, the field, through the woods. And this poem that my mom used to recite by George Cooper, and she used to say it in the fall, it's called Come Little Leaves. And I'm taking some of the stanzas of the poem, and I'm just going to improvise on the harp with it. So this is in the moment, you and I together. So let's see what happens. So I've got the words. I've decided on my key of C, but I've decided maybe a little jazzy. So let's see what happens and just be in the moment and truly in the joy of that moment of creativity. Come, little leaves, said the wind one day, come over the meadows with me and play. Put on your dresses of red and gold, for the summer is gone and the days grow cold. as the leaves heard the wind's loud call, down they came fluttering, one and all. Over the brown fields they danced and flew, singing the little glad songs they knew. Do-da-da-ba-diddle-da-dum-dee-dee, ba-da-da-dum-ba-doo-ba-dee-da-dum-bum, bum-bum-bum-bum-bum. Dancing and whirling, the little leaves went. The winter had called them, and they were content. Soon fast asleep in their earthy beds, a snow laid coverlid over their heads. Come, little leaves, said the wind one day, come over the meadows with me and play. Put on your dresses of red and gold, for the summer is gone and the days grow cold. The days grow cold. Well, I had fun. I hope you did too. Over the decades that I've been playing the harp, I think I have played hundreds, if not thousands, of weddings. And I have to say, I love playing weddings. I love being on stage as a performer, but I also love not being the center of attention, but being a part of a ceremony of love. To be there, generally speaking, everybody's happy. There's family, there's friends, there's joy, there's love, there's excitement, it's just wonderful. And recently I started also officiating weddings. I haven't done a harp and officiating wedding yet, but this one I did this last weekend for my nephew and his now wife was just wonderful. To be in the presence of love, to hear people speaking love out loud from their hearts, love and commitment is just to me so beautiful. And in this world where so much of what we hear is so far from love and commitment and joy, that to be in the presence and to also have the honor and delight of being part of it, to be part of bringing the love together in that moment, the joy. Well, I won't officiate for you right now, but I will share a song that I have played at many weddings that I think is just beautiful and perfect. God bless the day I found you. I want to stay around you, and so I ask you to let it be me. Don't take this heaven from one if you must cling to someone now and forever. Let it be me. Each time we meet, love, I find complete love. without your sweet love, what would life be? Each time we meet, love, I find complete love. Without your sweet love, what would life be? So never leave me lonely. Tell me you love me only, and that you'll always let it be me. Now and forever, let it be me. Oh my goodness, got myself. So that wedding this last weekend was really special, even though I wasn't playing the harp. Oh my gosh, I felt like I was traveling light, not to have a harp with me. But I just love that, and I really look forward to not only playing harp for many more weddings, but to officiating many, many more weddings, as well as other ceremonies. I've played many, many funeral and memorial service on the harp, and I think that brings so much. And I would love to officiate for that as well. I think it'd be beautiful. So there I am in New Hampshire, where I do have family roots, but I didn't think I had anyone in the region I was in that I was blood relations with. And on Sunday morning, I thought, there's this beautiful church in town, the Congregational Church, and I thought, I'm going to go to church and just enjoy being in there, singing, hearing the message, meeting people. And so I go to the church, and I'm sitting there in the pew before the service starts, and I see this name in the bulletin. And I go, I know that name. That woman was married to, let's see, how is this? She was married to my mother's brother's sister's brother. Mother's brother. No, that's not. My mother's brother married a woman, and her brother married this woman. Got it. And when she stood up to speak, she was giving a mission moment. I thought, I do know her. So after the service at the coffee hour, I introduced myself and said, are you related to so-and-so? And she said, yes, I know you. And I said, yes, I am Martha Gallagher. It was so cool. Such the small world, wonderful small world. Wonderful small world. I love that. So, and now that church, they have a wonderful music program that I may be a part of next year. So I'll be trekking over to New Hampshire again, and I absolutely love the idea of that. So driving back across New Hampshire, as we were coming home, I met this wonderful couple, and they were ready to get married. And I told them, well, I had just officiated a wedding. And they said, well, would you marry us right here, right now? And this was my first roadside pop-up wedding in Enfield, New Hampshire. A pop-up roadside wedding? Why not?
I'm just coming back from officiating a beautiful wedding in Meredith, New Hampshire, and here I am in Enfield with this wonderful young couple just waiting to get married. They've said their vows, they're ready. Scott Scarecrow and Sally Straw, by the power vested in me by the state of wild imagination, I now pronounce you Scarecrow and wife.
Oh my, what a happy, happy couple. I wish them all joy. For a long time, I've been enjoying the writings of a minister. His name is Steve Garnis Holmes, and he has a wonderful website where almost daily he is posting poetry, prose, ponderings, usually drawn on scripture, but very expansive. And I've used a number of his works in various performances, both virtual and in person, over the years. And I'm delighted that he has given me permission to use things in this way. And I wanted to share with you one on gratitude. For the bewildering mystery of being alive, I am grateful. For this amazing communion of saints that is my body and how it all works, thank you. Even when it's awkward or ill, still gratitude. For this stupendous planet, this cornucopia of life, teeming with beauty and strangeness, wrapping me in its flow of giving and receiving. Thank you. For the people who have helped shape me, given me gifts, walked the road with me, even unknowing, even by accident. Gratitude. For what I can do and the faith to do it. Thank you. For light, so splendid, and sound, how wonderful. For how gravity works no matter what. Wow. For the sense of touch and humor. Thank you. For music in the world and in my head. Gratitude. For all my struggles. For if I am wrestling, I do so with angels. I am grateful. For the lives of people I miss, dear ones even now on the threshold of death. Thank you. For the little green frogs in my yard and the great blue heron who wants to eat them. Thank you. For your absolutely consistent grace, your delight in it all, your love beyond imagining. Thank you. I ask only for the gift of undying gratitude in all things, welcome or not, pleasant or hard, in all things, every moment, gratitude. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And my gratitude to Steve Garnis Holmes for his wonderful words and ponderings. those beautiful words resonate and infuse us. Let's also ponder the idea of being grateful, not for anything, kind of as he wraps it up at the end, but being grateful therein. Simply gratitude. And this piece is one I wrote called Therein. And there's a place in the middle. You'll hear just the instrumental part. I'll give you a nod. And that's a place where if you want to speak aloud or say to yourself the people, the places, the things, the events that you might be grateful for, in addition to simply wrapping yourself in that marvelous, wonderful feeling of gratitude. Therein I am grateful, grateful, grateful therein, therein, therein I am grateful, grateful, grateful therein. Therein I am grateful, grateful, grateful therein. I'm grateful therein, therein I am grateful, grateful, grateful therein. Thank you. Thank you. And that does bring me to a place where I'd love to share that on November 7th through 13th, I'm offering an online mini retreat, the focus of gratitude. As we head deeper into the fall, on towards Thanksgiving, for those of us in the US anyway. I know my Canadian friends have already celebrated. But thinking more and more as we go into this quieter time of year, at least in the natural world, in the Northeast, in the Northern Hemisphere, going to the earth drawing inward, all the plants' energy drawing inward and quieting. It's a time to really be able to think about all of the many, many blessings each one of us truly has in our lives. Yes, there are the challenging situations and circumstances, but the blessings, and to express gratitude for these. And I know there are many different gratitude practices, and I'm bringing together some wonderful ones for this retreat. You can go to my Blessing Woman website, which is theblessingwoman.com. And under the Retreats tab, you'll see it's called Living in Rhythm Virtual Retreat. And there you'll find that. And I have others coming up as well, so you can read about them there. I think I must have started singing before I was even born. I know as a kid I just sang, 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 and through over the years I sang, sang, sang. I sang by myself, I sang in choirs, I sang while I was just doing things, I sang on stage, and I love all the music that has filled my life. And so it's really fun when a song comes back, like it pops out from somewhere, whether it's out in my head or I see it in a movie or a commercial or somewhere. I go, oh yeah, I used to know that song. I used to love that song. And this is one that I really loved. When I was in high school, I just loved Cat Stevens. And this is one of his songs that I thought I would make a rough attempt at sharing with you. I listen to the wind of my soul. Where it takes me, well, I think only God really knows. I sat upon the setting sun, but never, 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 I never wanted water once. I never, never, never. I listen to my words, but they fall far below. I let my music take me where my heart wants to go. I swam upon the devil's lake, but never, 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 I never made the same mistake. I never, never, never. I listen to the wind of my soul. Thank you so much. I just remember having so much fun when I was a kid and when I was a teenager, playing folk guitar and singing, the folk singer, singer-songwriter thing. I just had so much fun playing and singing. And I still am. The other day was a gorgeous day, and I had this, I don't know, when I was a kid, there would be days like this in the fall. It'd just be, brisk and sunny and the wind blowing, and I would just run out and jump on my bicycle and zip around the neighborhood just for the sheer exhilaration of it. And I did that the other day, only a little different. I didn't jump on my bike. I jumped in my car, but first I grabbed my walkabout harp, Grace, and I took her and I went exploring in my town on this gorgeous day. And I stopped at a variety of places, played and recorded some music. And I wanted to share this with you. Enjoy. A little music over the river.
It was a number of years ago that I decided to turn a passion of mine, something I love to do, into music. I love walking in cemeteries, and I have to say, especially old cemeteries, in amongst the stones where the names are often from another era, and you can see the dates of how old they were, how very young they were. And also you can get a feel for the community. You can kind of see, like, when did an epidemic go through? Or when was there a war happening? You can tell by who died when, how old they were. But I really love the words that are shared on so many stones. Gravestone poetry. And so inspiring, and really not intended for those who are buried beneath the stones, but are wisdom words for those of us still above ground. And I took a number of those gravestone poems and quotes and lines and even single word inspirations and turned them into a collection of work called Songs from the Stones. And this was my very first one. Here she lies, where she loves to be. Here she lies, where she loves to be. Sunlight dancing on the swirling leaves. Scent of earth on an autumn breeze. Here, where she loves to be. Here she lies, where she loves to be. River frozen down the valley. All is still in a deep winter's freeze. Here, where she loves to be. All through the darkened winter's night, the stars above shine bright. Then comes the day when warmth arrives on springtime breezes. Here she lies, where she loves to be. Nestled in amongst the evergreen trees. Finally home, her spirit free. May she rest in peace for all eternity. Here, where she loves to be. I really can't be in such a beautiful space and not think of this song, which I'll just share a wee snippet of. center of all, to thee we raise this, our song of grateful praise. There are challenges to playing outdoors that we don't, as musicians, face indoors. Keeping the instrument tuned, recording it and trying not to get all the wind in there, and extraneous sounds just from life going on around us. But for me as a musician, and for many musicians I know, playing in this outdoor beautiful environment is inspiring. I'm in the meditation garden of the Keene Valley Congregational Church. What's behind it? And really the view, you're not seeing the beautiful stones and the memorial stones and the stonework, and when this was blooming all summer, but it's still a beautiful, peaceful little pocket in the middle of the village. And so I'm just going to see what comes here. My sorrows are not my own, but threads that bind me to all others. My joys are not for me alone, but meant to overflow into the world. My gratitude is your voice in me, opening me to the miracles of this life. My loneliness is shared with every other person, floating through the world as a sea drop, thinking we are single drops. My doubts and questions are the longing you give me for you and for others, the hope that weaves us. My wonder is the light given off from being part of one living gift. All of it is holy. All of it is blessed. You fill me with beauty, surround me with mystery, and provide for me with grace. And this you do for all your beloved people. When I look inward, I meet them there, and you, waiting for me.
It was just so beautiful that day, playing in all the locations, but playing in that peaceful memorial garden was very special. And I just loved how the wind blew through the leaves, and it just felt magical. And I hope that you enjoyed that other Steve Garness Holmes pondering that I shared. I thought of it afterwards, and I thought, oh, this goes perfectly with this, so added it in. We've come almost to the end of our concert this evening, and I want to thank you all for being here, for sharing of yourselves. We're not in the same physical space, but virtually, and all that wonderful juju and energy, and thank you so much. I am always delighted. And as you know, I offer these concerts free of charge. I really feel it's important that anyone who wants to attend can. And so I offer it this way. And also, I am very grateful for any contributions that people may feel they would love to give. I know some of you have already contributed, and if you haven't and you would love to, please go to my website, adkharper.com, and you'll see there where you can contribute. And it really does make a difference. It helps me keep going as a musician. I am not actively touring right now, and I'm not going to be doing a lot of that. I'd still love to, though. If you'd like to have me come to your town, let me know. But this is one way that I can reach out, stay in touch, continue to share the music, the beauty, the joy. And it's wonderful when gifts of gratitude and love also come back to me. Thank you so much. So let's finish up with this one piece I've got for you, very special. Blessings.
So what better place to finish than in the cemetery? This is another beautiful and near my home, another place of inspiration for my songs from the Stones. And now we'll just do some life-affirming music. Oh, this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, oh, I'm gonna let it shine. Every day, every day, every day, I'm gonna let my little light shine. Oh, Monday gave me the gift of love. Tuesday, peace came from above. Wednesday told me to have more faith. Thursday gave me a little more grace. Friday told me to watch and pray. Saturday told me what to say. Sunday gave me the power divine to let my little light shine. This little light of mine, oh baby, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Oh, every day, every day, every day, I'm gonna let my little light shine. Let your light shine. Oh. What a day. I can't get up.